Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. In our previous video, we learned how to convert fractions into decimals and percent. And in today's video, we are moving a step forward to learn how to convert decimals into fractions and percent. Because decimals are very common in real life, in money, in measurement, in test scores, even in calculations. And understanding how to change them into fractions and percent is very, very important. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I will encourage you to subscribe, hit the notification bell, so that anytime I release a new video, you'll be able to access it. Like and share and comment in the comment section any topic you want us to help you in. With that said, let's dive in to look at today's lesson. Today, after the video, you should be able to convert decimals to fractions and percent with ease. But before we dive in to look at some soft examples, I want us to take note of these key rules because we'll be using them in solving problems relating to decimals, to fractions, to percent. The first rule says that in converting decimals to fraction, you divide the decimal over the place value and then simplify it. So let's look at this example. So let's say that we have 0.5 and you are converting it into fraction. So it is telling us that you write the decimal without the decimal point as the numerator over the place value. So how many place that value has 0.5? It has one place value. And if a number or decimal has one place value, it means the denominator is going to be over 10. If it has two decimal place value, maybe 0.05, this is two decimal place value, it means the denominator is going to be over 100. If it has three decimal place value, maybe 0.005, it means the denominator is going to be what? Over 1,000 in that order. All right. So here we have 5 over 10. So you now simplify the 5 over 10. 5 goes into itself 1, goes into 10 2 times. So you have 1 over what? 2. I hope that is clear. Then the second rule says that if you are converting a decimal to percent, what you have to do is to write the percent and then you multiply by 100, then you add the percent sign. So in the case of 0.5, just multiply it by 100 and then add the percent sign. So in doing this, what you need to do is that when a number or decimal number is multiplying a power of 10, in this case 100, you move the decimal point to the right the number of 0 times. So here we have 2 zeros. So it means you are going to move from the decimal point to right 2 times. So here we have 0.5. Then you stand on the decimal point, you move 1 and then 2. Fill the empty space with 0. Then this gives you what? 50. Then you add your what? Percent sign. Very simple as that. All right. With that said, let's look at some soft examples. So example number 1. Example number 1. It says, convert 0.6 to fraction and percent. So convert 0.6 to fraction and percent. All right, so solution. So you write your 0.6, you first convert it into what? Fraction. So the rule says that in converting into fraction, you write the decimal without the decimal point, which is 6. Then you ask yourself, how many place value does the number has? In this case, it has only one decimal place value, meaning the denominator is going to be what? 10. And then you simplify. So 2 goes here, 3, and then 2 goes here, 5. So we have 3 out of what? 5. All right, so in converting 0.6 to percentage or percent, the rule says that you multiply the 0.6 by what? 100. Then you add the percent sign. So here, in multiplying 0.6 by 100, there is a key rule you have to take note of. If you haven't watched the video on multiplying decimals by powers of 10, I will encourage you to watch that. Then you proceed with this one. All right. So in multiplying that, what it says is that if you are multiplying a number by powers of 10, you look at the number of zeros the number has. So powers of 10s, we have 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 in that order. So here we have 100, which has 2 zeros. So it means that you are going to stand on the decimal point and move 2 times to the right. So here we have 0.6, then you move 2 times to the right. So you are moving the number of 0 times. So 1 and then 2. You put 0 here, you fill the empty space with 0, and this gives you what? 60, then you add the what? The percent sign. Very simple as that. Therefore, 0.6 is the decimal form, and then 3/5 is the fraction form, and then 60% is the percent form. I hope that is simple and clear. All right. So let's look at example number 2. Let's look at example number 2. In example number 2, we are converting 0.25. So example 2, we are converting 0.25 to fraction and percent. All right, so solution. So first you convert to fraction. So 0.25 to fraction, it says that you write the number as a whole number and as the numerator, and then you ask yourself how many place value does the number has. In this case, 0.25 has 2 decimal place values. It means it has 2 digits after the decimal point. So the number or the denominator will be over what? 100. Then you ask yourself, you now simplify. You ask yourself which number can go into 25 and at the same time 100. 25 goes into itself 1, goes into 100 4 times. So this gives us what? 1/4. As simple as that. And now we converting 0.25 to percent. The rule says that you just multiply the what? The decimal by 100. Then you add the percent sign. So in multiplying decimal by 100, you move the decimal point 2 times to the right because the 100 is a power of 10 and it has 2 zeros. So you stand on the decimal point, you move 1, 2, and the decimal point will now be here, giving you what? 25. Then you add your percent sign. Therefore, 0.25 as a decimal, 1/4 as the fraction, and then 25% as the percentage. I hope that is clear as well. So let's take our final example, example number 3. So our final example, we have convert, example number 3, say convert 0.85 to fraction and percent. All right, so in doing that, you write your solution. The first thing to do is to convert the 0.85 to fraction. So 0.85 to 0.85 to fraction. we have, we write the number, which is 85, over the number of decimal places it has. In this case, it has 2 decimal places. So you write it over what? Over 100. Over what? 100. So then you simplify. So in simplifying, you realize that we have 5 going here, 85, 17 times, and then we have 5 going here 20 times. So this gives us what? 17 over 20. As simple as that. And then in converting the 0.85 to percent, the rule says what? You just multiply the 0.85 by 100, then you add your percent sign. So here, in multiplying, you write the 0.85, then you move the number of 0 times. As the power of 10, you move that number of 0 times. In this case, it is 2. So you stand here, you move 1, 2. So the decimal point comes here. This gives you what? 85%. So therefore, 0.85 is the decimal form. 17 over 20 is the fraction form. And then we have 85% as the percent form. I hope that this will make you better convert decimals to fractions and percent. Today, we're able to change decimal to fraction. You write it over its place value, and then you simplify. That is in changing decimal to fraction. You write it over its place value, and then you simplify. And in changing decimals to percent, you multiply by 100. And decimals, fractions, and percent all represent the same value, just that they were written in different forms. So it is time for you to take your practice quiz and solve them to see if you truly understand what we've learned today. Remember to pause the video, solve it, come back, confirm your solutions to the solutions that I'll be what, or the answers that I'll be providing, and then see if you have clearly understand what we've looked at today. So the first assignment is convert 0.8 to fraction and percent. And then number 2, you convert 0.4 to fraction and percent. And then thirdly, you convert 0.75 to fraction and percent. Fourth, you convert 0.2 to fraction and percent. And lastly, you convert 0.125 to fraction and percent. All right. So the answer Q, we have number 1. The answer Q to number 1. Okay, let me write it here. Answer keys. Number 1, you have 4 over 5, and then 80%. And then number 2, we have 2 over 5, and then 40%. And number 3, we have 3 over 4, and then 75%. Number 4, we have 1 over 5, and then 20%. And finally, number 5, we have 1 over 8. Sorry. We have 1 over 8. And then 12.5%. All right. So thank you very much. Today you did an excellent work. You can now confidently convert decimals into fractions and percent. Keep practicing until the steps becomes easy. And in our next part, we will learn how to convert percent and solve real-life problems involving tests, shopping discounts, and practical situations. Thank you so much for watching. And then if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like, and share so that anytime I release a new video, you'll be able to access it. Thank you so much for your time, and God bless you. Bye-bye.